Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is July 26th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other before getting involved in trading. All right, get educated, number one. But let's jump over here to these charts and see what we see. Let me maximize this quarterly chart on the NASDAQ, on QQQ. Right now we're still seeing this red, inverted almost hammer at a top in the right locations if this market decides it wants to turn over. But as we get down to the lower time frames, we're going to see that I think it may have reached this bottom and getting ready to start back on that upside. But let's go down here and take a look at that monthly chart and get on down to those lower time frames where we can see exactly what I'm talking about. Because on these higher time frames, it is looking very, very bearish. This is almost like a bearish piercing type pattern. That opening is a little bit above that, so it's not engulfing, it's not inside. But this has been that's a pretty good wick on there. It's been pushed down pretty good after they crossed that 500. But we are above the 10 moving average, so we are still technically in a bull market. It's just a little pullback. You're just looking for your monthly low and then get long. No trade recommendation. Based on your trading plan, trade according to that. Let's go down and take a quick look at this weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, it came down to an area where we was kind of expecting to bounce. One of the guys, he actually messaged me and said, oh, it came down to that 450 bounce area. Yeah, you kind of expect, those of us who look at the market as supply and demand, this was a little demand area right here, and the market came down in that little demand area that it shot out of and gave a little bounce. The thing is that a real bounce or reversal type bounce, or is that just a taking profit type bounce and demand coming back into the market a little bit, just taking some profit? We're going to have to wait until next week to see if this thing actually tries to turn over and come down, maybe down to this 50 moving average and give us a bounce. Or if you got an invisible trend line, maybe it's at your invisible trend line already, or maybe it has a little bit more to come. But as I can see with my pivots, it came right down to my support 2 line, my support 1 line, and bounce, just as I would expect it to do. So that's what I see there. Let's go down to the daily noise and see what we see. And on this daily noise, this is where I'm going to zoom in. I don't want to zoom in too much because this is that little demand area where the market shot out of it, pulled back, came out of there, gapped up, kind of based a little bit, then came out of there a little bit, then gapped up. That's a pro gap going back to the upside. We actually broke down here, and like I was saying, we could probably come down here and fill this gap. I don't know if this is like a jailer gap here. For me, it didn't quite trade completely in that area, but this 12 had already went into that area. But this is the area, like I say, this is that demand area, that 450 area that everybody could see out there. And this market did give us a reversal on Thursday, and then today we did actually open it up a little bit higher. The question is, are we going to get a confirmation candle? This is a very, very small bullish Harami with an inside candle with a doji here at the bottom, and we got to see if this thing is going to turn around and go higher. But the thing is, come next week, look like we're going to be opening up below pivot. So below pivot, it might want to stay below pivot. We might just be coming back up and then continuing to the downside. So be careful, be careful, be careful. And that's about it. That's all I have to share here today. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing a little vacation. Got to see if I'm going to be in town Friday or not. Got to check with the wife and see what's going on there. All right, other than that, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.